One of the great joys that I have gotten to experience in years of ministry, Rachel and I, is uh, being able to see people one-on-one and to minister to them right where they are. Oftentimes we will see people that are concerned about children, sicknesses, and family members that they want to see saved and are going down the wrong paths. And we're able to pray with them and counsel them right where they're living. That's the beauty, I think, of ministry, is just trying to help people along this way. I was reading a verse in Jeremiah 31:15 talking about much weeping, and it's a prophetic verse. That's who Jeremiah is. He's a prophet. And he's talking about much weeping and mourning going on in Ramah, Rachel crying for her children, for they were not. And that verse is a prophecy concerning the days of Jesus's birth, when Herod, who was so paranoid about the Jews seeking a king, he actually rounded up every 2-year-old male of that area and had them killed. And that's talking about many mothers praying for children that was ripped from their arms and their lives brutally taken, because he was trying to kill the King of the Jews, as if he could, if he did find him. But verse 16 says this, that you can refrain from your crying. There's a gear shift between 31 Jeremiah 15 and 16. He says, refrain from your crying. I've heard you. I've watched you. I've seen your diligence, and I've heard your voice. You can stop crying now. He says in verse 17, because there is a hope in your end. The children that are in the enemy's borders are going to be returned to you. Mom and dad, whoever I'm talking to today, grandparent, concerned loved one, I want you to know the best thing that you can do is carry your children to church somewhere, because you are instilling inside of them something that they will always have until the time comes that they, just like the prodigal son will do, will come to their senses and return home. Because that's the difference between the prodigal, who has been exposed to the ways of his father and knows the love that was shown to him, the food that was on his table, the roof over his head, and the security he enjoyed. They know how to get home. Whereas the people who did not experience such luxuries have no clue when we talk about going back to the Father's house. So your children, as lost as you may see them today, they have something inside of them that you instilled in them with every Sunday school lesson, with every time you prayed over a meal, prayed by their bedside, taught them the stories of Jesus. One day it's going to click, and they're going to say, hey, it's time for me to go home. It's just a fact of life that people are going to wander. Young people will wander. But there's one thing for sure. What's inside of them will always be there. That's why we train up children. We train them in the way that they should go, so when they get older, they won't depart from it. God says, I've heard your prayer. He says, there is a hope in your end. So friend, keep your hope. It's not a wish. It's a hope. Our hope is in God, who can do anything. And you steadfastly just be the rock that they're looking to, and be expecting them, because they're coming home. God bless you.